Okay, so yeah, give us a brief background on how your brand started, what your brand is all about, and how it all kickstarted. So yeah, you have the floor.
All right. My name is Shayo Israel, fondly known as Shayo Israel. And then the brand 275wears is a Nigerian brand based in Nigeria. Focuses on it's a fashion brand basically, and then uses focuses on the use of leather materials and then processes it into finished materials for your to elevate your style, whichever it is, and then basically um, boost your confidence and then give you a sense of class at whatever you're wearing. I'm very sure there are times you probably wear some shoes and then you feel like, come on, it's raining. You don't want to step out with this because you feel like it will pull off, and then sometimes you just feel like you're not confident enough about what you're wearing, and then you probably might wear a designer top, designer, and then what you have on your foot isn't looking so well, and then probably someone just looks down. You feel like you want to hide your foot. Of course, there are times that, but then with us, you never have to worry about what you wear. Get a pair from us, and then you'll be fine.
That's good. I love the confidence behind how you talk about your brand. I mean, which is what everybody should, imbibe. The confidence in which you talk about your brand is very, very cool and intriguing as well. So we're going to get into your mind right now. We
Okay.
really want to know so much about you and your brand, and so let's just get into it. So another question for you is, tell us about the first pair of shoes you ever made, and how did it feel? How did it make you feel when you made it?
Okay. Sincerely, my first pair of shoe when I started, my first pair of shoe when I started, that was 2019, was made for this clothing brand. It's a friend, 1611. Yes. So of course, I was telling people around that, oh, I'm now into shoemaking. I'm now into shoemaking. At least we all know how Nigeria was then. So graduate from school, after NYC, you do some jobs, and then of course, it's not just paying the bills. You're not able to um get the balance like financially. So like, okay, so just learn a skill basically, and then thanks to HSAP, Exton Young, Exton Skill Acquisition Program back then in 2018, enrolled me into shoemaking class. Yes, and then from there, in my mind, then I was thinking, I just shoemaking is the shoemaking market is saturated already. So rather than I was seeing a big blue ocean in the repair market, I didn't know I was joking. And then so I was having a conversation with a friend, Ore 101, Ajewale, Orolu Ajewale, and then I told him my idea, and he said, "Oh, that's nice." And then the idea still lives. I'm still going to, I'm definitely still going to plunge into it. And then he said, "Well, guy, why don't you think of doing shoemaking, like going into shoemaking?" And then he said something that Ojo Orun to a year full life. I was like, okay, no, well, let me give it a try. So I went back to my board, and then I was like, okay, so shoemaking rather than shoe repair, like I thought I would focus on basically, and then so it went on like that. Okay, so I'm sorry I deviated from the initial question, and then my first pair of shoe was a boot for 1611 clothing brand, and then what color? I think it was a cream color boot, yes, Chelsea boot specifically, and then it came out very well. He liked it, and then from there I got referrals from him. I was able to post about it, and then people were like, "Oh, Shayo, you now make shoes?" Ah, yes, I do. How much is your shoes? I wouldn't mention how much we make it then. Thank you.
Oh, beautifully answered. Well, it takes creative people to actually be able to say that I think you should do this, I think you should do that, and also it takes a lot for you also to be able to say, okay, let me also tap into into this. And we are glad that you tapped into it because I'm getting the free shoe after this interview.
You go pay.
All right, so okay, So, what were some of your biggest challenges you faced when you started, and how were you able to overcome them?
Okay, I'm the type that I'm self-driven. However, I easily get distracted. Okay, so when I was going to start shoemaking, of course, I've been seeing videos online. I've been following quite a number of shoemakers online. Some of my best shoemakers are Japanese, and then of course, and then there was a day I was at the beach. Let me like into the question, and then I met this man, Mr. Tokes, Mr. From one insurance company. I've forgotten, but then I remember his name, Mr. Tokes, and then I was trying to sell myself to him, and then I was trying to sell my brand to him, and then he looked at me. He was like, "Oh, nice presentation," and then he asked me a question that, "Do I know churches? Do you know churches?" Okay, so churches is an American shoe brand, and then they do really fine. So on the beach there, we checked, and then I followed them immediately, and then from there we've been going back, and it's been good. And then so I the drive for me when I saw churches, and then I saw some of those Japanese shoemakers, I just wanted something more compared to what, like, I wanted to be able to make a shoe, and then you'd see it, and then you say, oh, this is lovely, like this isn't made in Nigeria. And then um as at 2019, the drive continued, and then as much as I was learning and then I was making at the same time, I was open to meeting fellow shoemakers in the market. So sometimes I would just go to the market. The only thing I probably would want to buy might just be 2 square foot of leather, and then I would walk around. I could be in the market for like 4 hours. I'd walk around hoping to meet someone, and then when I eventually do, oh, I like your pair of shoes. How did you do it? Blah blah blah. Some would share ideas, some would not want to, and then they just look down on you, and then like, who are you? So it was a drive, wanting to learn more, and then wanting to know more, and then at some point I wasn't satisfied with what I knew, and then I went on online, and then I was um should I use the word, people can be selfish with knowledge actually. So I met one guy, I won't mention his name, he's also a big boy shoemaker. So we talked, and then I tried tapping into his knowledge, and then he snubbed. But graciously I met one guy, like, I would mention his brand name. He has been my friend, very close friend since then. Olumide, Lumiti. You can check him online. Lumiti as a shoe brand is a very good friend of mine too. So, and then of course he has been in the game ahead of me, and then he shared some ideas with me, gave me some head start away from what I learned initially, and then I was able to overcome some of the major challenges I had with shoemaking, which is growing in the craft away from, and then it pointed me to be able to maneuver some of the tools I have to get some of the results I needed. And then over time I was able to grow and grow, and then away from, and then afterwards I went online, and then I saw someone on YouTube. Yes, Mr. I'm trying to remember his name. Bespoke Pomo is his brand actually. He does more of teaching, online teaching, and funny enough, he's a barrister. When I eventually met him, he's a pastor, and then he's a barrister, and then like, this is where he does all his videos. I was like, whoa, that was another form of motivation for me, that irrespective of whatever space you have, great things can come out of it. And then I hope you get to my space, and then you see great things coming out of it.
Nice. I like that. I mean, is there any business without its own challenges? So I don't think there is. So yeah. So moving on. Um, how has your craft evolved since you began? What have you learned along the way?
Whew. I've learned to, in one word, I've just learned to be open minded. Yes. Be willing to teach, and then be willing to learn and unlearn some of the things you think you know. Basically, that is just it.
Nice, nice. I like that, short and apt. Was there ever a moment where you felt like giving up? And what kept you going during those tough times?
Who never broke, no go reason. See, if you never broke for Niger, you no go reason now. But then, of course, there has been not once, not twice, quite a number of times where I've thought about, is this thing really worth it? Are you ever going to like make it with this? But then now it's seeming like it. And then thanks to my guys around me, thanks to some of the brains behind the brand, and then of course thanks to to everyone who has also joined the team. But then the first time I thought about giving up was, I think I was inside the house with Deolu, is my brother, and then we were talking. I was like, guy, I don't tire. Like you imagine those times whereby you just make a pair and then that will probably be all for 2 weeks. So whatever you get from it is what you live on. Of course, I already stopped the whole 9 to 5 jobs, and then the brand wasn't just out there, and then you keep posting all the time, and then you're not getting anything from it. But then it just felt like, guy, come on, it's just a step at a time. Like keep going, and then it's been that. Sometimes when I break down, I be like, guy, now which side they face like this, and then be like, more ahead, my fault.
I like that. You have to put that mouth up. Okay. So, another question. Do you have a signature style or design that you're particularly proud of? And what makes it unique?
Currently, no, I don't. But then a style is on its way already. So I've gone to my drawing board, did some sketching, and then it's something that there isn't in the market right now. And then but what we do basically for now is we replicate, we get a sample and then we make exactly the same. Like
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, what do you think sets you apart from others in the shoemaking industry?
it's my focus. Let me use the word. It's our focus as a brand 275 to give people this sense of confidence in whatever they do. Like Nike says, kick start it, like just do it from Nike, and then Coca-Cola is feeling of happiness. So for 275, it's a feeling of confidence, and then within the confidence that you have in what you're wearing, and then to go about your daily tasks, wearing a pair of footwear, a belt, a wristband, any of our backpack or our messenger bags, laptop bags, whichever you think you want to get from us or you've gotten from us. It's just that feeling of confidence, and then in it, there's comfort that comes with it.
I like that. It's comfort. That comfort is key.
You just
That
have to be
comfort,
comfortable in everything you do.
honestly, is very, very key. So, what advice would you give to someone just starting out in their craft, especially when recognition feels out of reach?
I would, of course, I can actually speak from my own knowledge, from my own experience. So, I would say don't give up, keep pushing, and then be open minded. Yes, be open minded. Look out for people, reach out to people, colleagues, tap from knowledge, share knowledge, share ideas, and then also go out for trainings. That's one thing. So I met a friend too recently, and then one of these days I'd visited his workspace before, and then this next time we were meeting, like, me your alpha mo chill now. And then I was like, okay, come to my house. So we got to his house. In your mind, of course, I got some stuffs along that, okay, we could just take this one, they chill. And then I got to his place. He turned on his TV. You probably think it was going to be Netflix and chills. Trust me, we watched shoemaking tutorials for over an hour. And then he said that's his lifestyle, which I wasn't open to. I have never thought about it. And then since then, I've imbibed it. Like, of course, in my free time, you probably might see me online, text me. I did YouTube watching tutorials on how to improve my craft. So that is just basically if you're just starting out there, and then I'll tell you, look, be open-minded once again. Um, make efforts, like deliberate efforts, be intentional about it to learn more, like hone your skill, basically, like they say.
Okay, last question. So, this year 2025,
Okay.
what should we look forward to seeing from 275 years brand?
Okay, so this year too, I was going to say this year 275. This year 2025. Look out for great designs from us. Look out for mind blowing design. Look out for stuff that you probably might have imagined it, but then you'd never see it coming to light. That's it. It's in your imagination, but then it's coming to light. Then you'd have a pair of it. So
Thank you so much for coming on this first, I will not say episode, but coming, to share in your knowledge and about your brand, and everything. We are so happy to see what the future holds for 275.
thank you
You
very
know,
much.
yes, and after this, we pray and hope, that people will see you more and patronize your brand as well. So thank you so much. We're
Thank you very
happy to
much.
have you.
I'm happy.